Welcome, y'all. Man, it's your guy, Jesus Hawthorne. I'd like to welcome you to Talk That Talk 254. Once again, we got another banger, y'all. Man, I got an outstanding guest, man. I got a lot of respect for. Hey, today, man, I introduce you to Mr. Steve Page. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. How about yourself, bud?
Hey, brother, I have no complaints. All right. So, Mr. Page, for those that may not know you, man, could you go ahead and break it down or explain people, man, who your parents are, who your siblings, and exactly where y'all from?
Man, I'm from town, Clarksville, Tennessee, man. Army brat. My dad's deceased, Robert Page, Frankie Page, raised by two parents. My mom's still living in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's a total of five, man. I'm the youngest. I got two brothers and two sisters. And I'm the youngest one. I'm the baby, man. So,
man, that's awesome. So how was that being the baby of five? Like, how was that growing up, man? I'm pretty sure they put a lot of competitive spirit in you just by that alone.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, my oldest brother, man, he used to do all the wrong things, man. So I used to learn what not to do. I used to learn what not to do. So I mean, I paid attention, man. And my dad, he's an overtime sergeant major, man. So they didn't play that, man. So discipline was a must in the house, and just coming up, man. Just always grinding, working. We had a little bit of money, but we wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Comfortable. Y'all was comfortable. Okay, ain't no wrong with that. So in your youth, what sports did you play growing up? Like,
man, so I started sports wrestling at a young age, but boxing was my first one, man. This guy used to be in my dad's unit, and he was the all-army boxing coach at Fort Campbell, and I was like, I don't know, 10, 11 or something. And, of course, we needed something to do. He lived right down the street. And he used to run the guys every morning. And my dad said, you need to go start training with him. So I started running with him. Then I started attending the boxing trainings with him. And it just all took off from there, man. Then next thing you know, I'm traveling. I'm telling you, I'm 11, 12 years old. And I'm traveling state of Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, fought in the Ohio State Fair. That's one of the biggest fights, man, for the amateur boxer that knows, man. But man, before I hit 16, man, I'd have been in 20 states and fought, man. It's crazy. So that was my biggest. And then them wrestling and of course football. I just did it all, man.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So how because boxing, you take a lot of discipline, a lot of focus and stuff on that. And like most time when people pick up an art, because we consider that like a martial art also, what made you gravitate towards wrestling? So how did the wrestling come about?
Man, I think it's the individual in me, man. Like I like team sports, but I'm more of a guy. I think I'm more of an individual guy. That's why wrestling and boxing kind of jumped to me like that, because at the end of the day, man, it's about what you put into it. And you can't blame the coach, you can't blame the opponent, you can't blame anybody. And at that time, man, when I was training with the boxing team on base, them were grown men.
Yeah.
Them were grown men. And the funny thing about it, man, I don't want to get you off path, but the funny thing about it, the same guys that I trained with when I was 10, 11, eventually when we get there, when I got into the military, I made it to the WCAT World Class Athlete Program because because of the coach. I was fighting grown men. The same guys I was training with, I was sparring with. And when I got to the Army, crazy. So them guys stayed in that program a long time, man. So that was crazy.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. Well, I heard you did some earned some accolades as a wrestler in high school. Could you talk about that?
Man, so I was wrestling. I think I started around 7th grade. Wrestled in middle school and got to high school. Man, I was pretty dominant as a freshman. I was a 4-year state qualifier for the state tournament. I got my butt whooped a little bit, as a freshman. Of course, I'm wrestling guys 4, sometimes 5 years older than you. But as I got into my sophomore year, I did really well. Another state qualifier, I didn't place. My junior year, it was crazy because I I was second on the list at 160. We had wrestle offs to get ready to go to postseason, and I lost my wrestle off at 160, and so I was like, you know what, bump me up. I'm gonna try to beat the next guy. That was a 171 weight class, and he was a senior, and I beat that dude. Crazy. And I went to state at 171, like 11 pounds over what I weighed, and that's the year I placed. Crazy. So it was just, man, it was just that year. I think I was just focused, and it was just more of a grind that you had to earn it. That wasn't given to you. So I think that was my best year, and man, it was awesome. It was a great experience. Again, I was in UT Chattanooga arena. That's where we did our state championship at, and of course, you had a lot of scouts there and stuff. So I mean, you had a lot of people had the interest in me, but I didn't know if that was the path I wanted to go, man. Because school wasn't. I didn't like school like that. You know what I mean? I was just to be honest, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of them kids that I was very, very athletic and gifted, and I didn't have to. I went to class, but I didn't really have to do anything, man. So I know that's probably not a good thing to say, but it was just, hey, it kind of,
yeah,
it is what it is. But yeah.
So that's what made it after graduating high school? Is that what made you, transition into the Army? Because plus your father was, sergeant major and stuff like that. Did you already had your mind made up? Like, once I graduate high school, I'm joining the military.
I did not. I did ROTC when I was in high school, but when I got out, I was like, man. I mean, I could have went to college, but at the end, man, I think I worked a couple jobs, baling hay, and I was working on farms. No, I'm in Tennessee, Kentucky area, so I made some money. But one day I woke up, man, I was like, man, I need to do something. I went down to the recruiter office. I went to the Navy, and I told him I'm ready to go, man. I told him I want to be a Navy SEAL. I wanted something. I want the hardest thing you got.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get me out for another 8 months. I was like, that's too long. I went next door to the Marines. They had the same thing. We can't get you out. Then I went to the Army, and the first question he asked me, he's like, "Hey man, are you in trouble or something like that?" I was like, "I'm not in trouble, man. I just know what I want. I'm ready to go." He says, "Man, we can get you out of here in about 60 days, man." So took the test, passed the test, and I think that was around July. I think he got me out, and now it's probably October. They got me out in February, and then I went to Missouri and froze my butt off, and that was it. That's where it started, man.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how many years did you serve?
Man, 26 years, man.
26 years, man. Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
And it flew.
So, yeah, it goes by fast. So, what intramural sports did you play while you was in the Army?
So already, as I stated, I already had that connection with the All Army boxing team. So my All Army coach says, all right, when you go to basic and AIT, so I finished all that. Then I went to airborne school. I finished that. So then I got stationed at Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg was a big boxing community, and the coach says, listen, when you get to Fort Bragg, you got to do the post boxing tournament. Once you win that post boxing tournament, then I can submit the paperwork to get you for the tryout for the All Army team. And if you make that, you get selected for the World Class Athlete Program. So I'm not even on ground in Bragg 2 months, and the boxing tournament came up, and I went to the boxing tournament, won the boxing tournament, and I'm just like I'm a lone private, man. They're like, man, who is this dude? And I put my request in for the All Army. Then I had orders come down. I'm not even there for 6 months. And the commander calls me in the office. He's like, man, I got a request to send you to Fort Carson, Colorado for the boxing program. Like, he was just like, man, how does that work for this brand new private? So I went, man, and that was it, man. I was there for several years, man. I was on TDY. I was getting paid, riding around in 12-pack vans, living the high life, man. Best shape of my life, fighting in every state you can think of, all the big tournaments, man. And that was it, man. I maybe would have tried wrestling, but the opportunity for boxing was right there. So
right there. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So we can go transition to another side, man. I'm hearing that you actually now, you don't retire from the military. You're down here in Central Texas. What actually kind of brought you here to Central Texas? Was it the military?
It was the military, man. I was stationed North Carolina. I did some time in Florida, Washington State. Then when I became a warrant officer, I got stationed here at Texas.
Okay.
First year, I hated it, man. I don't like this. I want to go back to North Carolina. I like that city life, that fast life. Then after I started having kids, man, I was like, I don't know about that, man. I was looking at the cost of living, the schools. You know, you think about that stuff once you have kids and a family. So I was like, man, this is the best place right here. Like, you can't beat the sports. You can't beat the academics is good. Look at the stadiums. I mean, stadiums hold 10,000 people for high school. So I was like, man, you know, this is a good spot, man. So it's been a blessing.
Oh man, that's awesome. So I hear that you opened up a grappling school. You got a Steve Page grappling school. How did that come about?
Yeah, let's talk about that, man. Here we go. So the wrestling, my son, I have a son that's 10. He's been wrestling since he's what, maybe 6. So I was like, man, I went to I'm not gonna name the club. So I went to a club I wanted to start it out with, and it just wasn't what I was looking for. Like wrestling, I don't know if you know wrestling, but wrestling is that sport, man. Like, listen, you gotta be you gotta be an asshole, man. I don't know if I can. I'm sorry about that, but
You can speak freely. You can speak freely. Go ahead.
So, man, you gotta be an asshole, man. Like
Yeah.
you win many matches, man. If you go out there being passive, man, and that just wasn't the club for me. So I was like, you know what, man. So I went out and I got a decent sized house. So I said, you know what? I started buying some mats for my garage. One mat led to 2, 2 led to 3, 3 led to 8. So I got a pretty big garage. So I matted my whole garage, man. And I had a couple of guys that moved from that one club with me to my house. I was like, man, I'm just gonna do it at my house, man. So I had 8 guys, man. This is my 3rd year. So I coach right out of my house, man. I'm USA wrestling certified. So I coached right out of my house, right out of my garage, man. And last year was my best year, man. We did had 6 guys. 2 of them didn't make it the whole year, but I had some state champions. Everybody qualified in state, so that's and if you don't know wrestling, that's tough, man. It's very tough.
I was kind of ironic because you spoke about you was boxing at Fort Bragg. I don't know if you heard about this gym, but I used to box at the Fighters First gym down there at Bragg. So I was like, so with that being said, they had a wrestling MMA side. So I grew up boxing because my dad used to box when he was in the Air Force. So that's why I'm laughing at your story. I'm like, I'm listening to a lot of the similarities that you was talking about. I understood. Especially, so you was young, you was catching the guys when they were doing their road work and when they had to run they 5 miles. So fast forward, I went to the wrestling side, and then I understood there's a difference.
Bro, hey, you gotta be a man to wrestle, man.
What happened? What happened was I never did, because weight has always been a problem. So every gym I go to, when I walk into the boxing coach, they be expecting me. They want me to cut weight, and it's like, I ain't trying to look like that. I ain't trying to cut that much weight. So it's like, well, I remember when I first got the Fort Hood, I weighed like 175. Walked into the boxing gym, hollered at the coach. The coach wanted me to cut down to like 145. I'm like, dude. Like, what you want me to cut the one? Yeah. If you're trying to compete, I need you to cut the 145. And I'm like, I can't do that. So I never was able to participate in the tournaments. I was always the spar guy. So if you was a smaller guy and you want to spar somebody that's a little bit heavier, so you can get used to like the power of the case may be, or I would spar with the heavyweights because so they can get used to somebody with more foot speed and hand speed. So I was like the utility guy that was always working. I never got into the tournaments and stuff. But when you was telling your story, I'm like, I understood exactly what you was talking about.
Yeah,
but
you man, you right.
I was at Fighters First, and the boxing coach was gone because he had a tournament. But I'm still going to the gym to work out. But guess what? The gym is cleared out on the boxing side. So the wrestling coach was like, well, if you don't want to be lonely, you can come over here and get some work over here. So I was like, but let's see what's going on. Because, being in the military at the time, I done combative. So I have like an infant mindset when it comes to wrestling. Because, military cover very small. space versus the when you actually in it for real.
Right, right,
And,
right.
and I just did some of the workouts, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to get on the mat and tussle with nobody, but I was just doing the workouts. Man, listen, there's a difference. There's a difference.
Big
Understand?
difference.
There's a difference. And if me understanding that, I understood what make Bud Crawford so dangerous due to his wrestling background. So for those who know. And for those that don't know, like everybody else who got in the ring with Bud, they quickly find out. They quickly find out.
It's a tough sport, man, and believe it or not, man, wrestling in Texas, you don't hear about it because you're probably doing football or something else. But if you're in the wrestling community, wrestling's big in Texas. It's getting huge, man. It's getting
Oh
huge,
man.
especially in the youth, man. It's pretty tough, man. But I like it, man. If you can, I'll tell anybody, man. If you can wrestle, you can do anything. You'll accomplish any goal in your life, man.
All right. Hey, and I believe you. But speaking of wrestling, kind of find out, and I'm speaking for parents, they got a child that's interested and you're looking for a program you want to get your kid locked into. Uh, Another credential that you have that most people don't have no clue about is that you actually officiated wrestling for 27 years. So
Yeah,
you know all the rules. So when you bring in a child in and he's going to Steve Page Grappling Camp, he's gonna get flooded with a lot of good knowledge and not just getting sweaty on the ground for no reason. Can you talk about that?
yeah, man. I'm not trying to brag or boost, but I only have 6 to 8 guys. But when we go to tournaments, they know, like, listen, they see them guys in them blue shirts. They're like, they're not playing with you, man. They're not playing with you. But officiating, it really helps because I got that officiating background and I'm coaching the rules, you know what I mean? And a lot of times that saves them in the matches because you know the rules a lot better than most of the kids. But yeah, I've been officiating, man, since I started the military. I mean, that's just how much I love wrestling.
Okay.
Man, it's awesome, man. You get to go, you get to give back to the kids. I'm not a guy to be like, oh man, just I got to give back to the community. It's just I like to do it. I have a gift, and that's my calling. And I've been retired for 3 years, man. I don't. If I don't have to, I don't plan on working, man. Like I love what I'm doing now, man. Just coaching kids and just kind of giving back and helping out. I like to see I like to see the end result when the kids on Facebook say, "Hey, man, I had a kid down the move," and say, "Hey, man, I appreciate it. I'm doing well at this football program thanks to the Steve Page. I was killing them." And I don't want anything, man. I just want to give these kids opportunities at the end, man. So I love it, but my wrestling program, I only take 8.
Okay.
I got another guy that helps me, Nate from he coaches with the 6U with the Chiefs. He helps me, so I do 4 and 4.
Okay.
So it's definitely not about the money for me. I'm okay. I don't need all that, but I want to make sure I give good quality coaching. So can I do 12 and 15 wrestlers? I can,
Yep.
but the the ratio goes down coach to number, and I don't like that. I want good quality. So it hurts me to tell them no,
Yeah.
that I'm full, but then again, I have an opportunity to go get to get a building and all that, but wrestling is not all year round, so that kind of hinders me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Okay. Well, I'm gonna speak about more about your officiating. Now, you just not just somebody that officiated for 20 something years and stuff like that, man. I'm hearing that you kind of like the cream of the crop. Can you speak about that?
I don't know about
I
all
believe
that,
you
man.
something like the top 100. I mean,
I'm,
it's not the time to be modest, man. Let the people know exactly what you are.
yeah, I just recently did the high school state nationals. What that is all the state champions from each state. They go to Virginia Beach to compete to see, all right, who's the real champ, and they select.
Okay.
They select refs for that. Of course, they want the top tier refs. So they'll get the top tier refs from every state, and they'll fly them in. And it's a big 3-day tournament in Virginia Beach. Didn't get to go out much because long tournaments, but it was nice. But I'm telling you, really tough tournament. Everything televised, every mat. I want to say it was over. Man, it was over 80 mats, wrestling mats there, and each one of them had the TV screen all streamed live. It was a big deal, man. So I did that tournament. That was awesome. I did plenty state tournaments, North Carolina, Florida, Washington State, and here in Texas. We got some really good wrestling here in Texas, and it's great, man. It's tough during the wrestling season because I'm going to keep my officiating, but and then trying to run my team, so it's a balance, but it works out. It works out.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and transition. Let's talk about the CTX Falcons.
Mm.
The CTX Falcons. How did
Yeah.
this come about? How did this organization come about?
So during COVID, that's like when I first retired. Like I was in the retirement process, and my son, I think, was 4 or 5, and he was like, "Man, we got to get him into sports, man." So I was like, "Man, let's look up football." Then we Outlaws in Cove. We seen that one. He was like, "Hey, man," so went out, tried out, made the team, and I was a parent for about 2 weeks. Didn't last long. On the sideline, and one of my good friends, Coach Rick, was like, "Hey, man, I can use your help with these kids, man." I'm like, "Okay, man." Then I started coaching with Coach Rick, and it just took off from there. Then we did Outlaws 2 years, and the Outlaws kind of shut down. Then Shamar Vargas, he's like, "Man, we're setting up the CTX Falcons, man." And I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I don't know. I mean, because I was focused on the Outlaws. I'm like, I don't want to talk about next year. I'm trying to finish this year with these 6U guys. And so we finished that up, and I said, "All right, man." So I'll transition over to the CTX Falcon. I was up under Ernie, and I was just offensive line coach, man, with the AU. Then the next year, then Ernie passed, and we didn't know what we was going to do with the Falcons. Then then next thing you know, everybody, we had a little meeting. It's like, "Hey, man, would you like to be the president of the thing, man? We like what you do, like your organization." And I was like, you sure that's what you want?" I'm like, "All right, man, I know what I like. I know what I want." And so what happens is we did a vote, and it was like, "Man, we want you as the president." And this is my 3rd year running, man. And that's the CTX Falcons for you, man.
Man, that's awesome. Condolences on the owner, the original owner that passed away.
Old Ernie.
Old Ernie, and man, I appreciate you stepping in and picking up the mantle, man, and keeping this thing rocking and rolling, man. That's actually dope. That's a dope story right there.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm also hearing, like, when it comes to coaching, man, you like all purpose. I heard you also have a track team.
I do, man. I have 6 guys, man. I got some young ones. I got a 5 and 6-year-old. I got an 8-year-old, 2 9-year-olds, and an 11-year-old. So they're doing really well, man. I've been doing track. This is my 3rd year doing track. Again, my teams are very small. I make sure I have the right numbers. I'm not too big. I'm not trying to get rich, but man, our track uniforms don't even have a name on it, man. That's how simple I am, man. I'm like, here, go to Dick's. We got black tank tops. We got red shorts. That's all we need, man. And we're setting personal records every year. Every match. We're doing awesome, man. I love it, man. And every year, everybody will make it to Junior Olympics for something, whether it's a running event or a field event. And we're starting postseason next week. Next weekend we start postseason, and we're grinding right now, man. I love it all, man. It just keeps me busy, man. I go from football to wrestling to track.
Man, that's awesome. So, with this being said, what type of athlete and parent combination do you look for? Like, what is it that you look for that'll make a athlete and a parent qualified to be a part of any of your organizations, from the wrestling to track to CTX Falcons? Kind of give it like a little quick backdrop of what catches your attention and what make you feel like, you know what, we'll be a good fit. If you can describe that athlete and parent.
That's a good damn question, because football is a little different than wrestling and track. So I'll start with football. For the CTX Falcons, how we do it, we open our registration the first 20. First 20, sign up.
Okay.
Once it gets to 20, I'm not saying it's hand selected after that, but after that, it's kind of like, all right, where are we at with first year players versus how many skill players do I have? I want to make sure I have I'm not the guy that, like, I want all the good players. If you ain't play football, get out of here. Go to another team. That's not me. So after the 20, I'll make sure it's a balance. And we try to keep anywhere between 28 to 31. I don't like to max out my team. So I like to have a good numbers. I want developmental players. They need a shot, especially as you move up to 10U and 12U. So I try to keep them numbers around 28. And of course, I don't want all developmental. I mean, you need some competitiveness there, but we try to keep a match right there. Now, when it comes to wrestling and track, this is my conversation with every parent. I'm like, listen, I just tell them I'm not special. I'm just telling you I'm different. I'm different. I know what I want. I know what I want. And if you can't meet that, this is not the team for you. You got to make the practices. You cannot miss practices in track and wrestling, or you start to go downhill. You just can't do that. It has to be consistency, and the discipline's going to be there. Like I'm just telling you, I'm not everybody's coach, man. I know what I want, and I know what I'm gonna get. And for the most part, most of them stay. Most of them stay because they like the discipline and they like how I train. Training, I'm telling you, I tell all my parents, my wrestling parents, my wrestling practices are borderline child abuse. Like that's just
It is.
that's
It
the
is. If you want to if you try to become a great wrestler, because I was over there for a week. I could not wait for my coach to get, and I'm a grown man at this time. I'm a grown man. I could not wait for the boxing coach to get back from that tournament. So I can imagine a kid. Yeah, I mean, but it's needed though. If you're trying to be a great wrestler, what you're doing is needed. It's needed.
It's needed, or you're gonna go on that mat. And what I also tell my parents, like, if you don't have realistic hard training and practices for wrestling and track, what's gonna happen is when you get to a wrestling match and you start getting your butt whooped match after match after match, and you're 7, 8 years old, that take a toll up here. It takes a toll mentally with you. And that's why I tell my parents, like, listen, this sport will mentally screw you if you don't take it serious. It would chew you up very fast if you don't practice hard, you don't have good practice habits. It would chew you up if you go in there, you go to a tournament, you wrestle 5 times and you get your butt whipped 5 times in the first round. It's pretty hard. But I won't have that problem because I make sure I have good practice habits. And sometimes it's kind of hard of trying to teach a 6, 7-year-old that, listen, man, the way you're practicing right now, these dudes over here, man, they're about to mop you up, man, and it's not gonna be funny. They're not gonna take it easy on you. Nope. They come out there when that whistle blow, they're coming to get you. So I want to make sure that's us. We come to get you. I want to make sure that's our team. But yeah, that's the message I give to the parents, and the ones that I have, they've been with me 3, 4, 5 years, so they understand what they're getting. Kids do well in school, so you got just trying to develop them so when they get to high school, they have options. They have options. They don't have. They know how to fight. They know how to grind. They discipline. Yes, sir. No, sir. And they know what it takes. So if they got to complete an assignment, they know, man, it's easy. We'll grind it out and get it done.
Hey, most definitely. It definitely gonna create that discipline that will transition to every factor in life.
Right.
Most definitely. But hey, you done answered all my questions, man. You really don't put it out there. If there's a parent out there that want to contact you, they feel like, hey, man, they got an alpha in the house, and he just needed a little tuning up, and they believe you definitely the guy for the job. How can they reach out to you? How can they find you?
Man, I'm on the Coach Al got that 360 app. I'm on the 360 app. You can go on there. Man, you go to CTX web page. My number's at the bottom. My number is 910-273-0901. I'm not big on I'm not looking to have a 30-man wrestling team. That's just not me. But my number's there, and they reach me, they contact me. It's kind of like, if you know, you know. My price is not crazy or nothing. I'm not in it to try to get rich, but if you with me, you know what the outcome's going to be. You know it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, but at the end, it's exactly what they need.
Okay. How about additional volunteers? If there's somebody who has a wrestling background, and they want to assist you in a coaching, are you open to that?
Yeah.
Could they reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm definitely open, man. Yeah, like I said, man, 910-273-0901. I'm on Facebook under Steve Page. I'm on the 360 app. Reach out to me, because if I get a coach that I start a sentence, he can finish it, and I understand his work ethic, and it's somewhat aligned to what I'm doing, I can take on more. I just have to add another session or whatever. And I'll do that. I'll be willing to do that, because to give another kid an opportunity, that'd be awesome. But the coach guy, we gotta talk the same language, man.
Hey, that should be understandable. That should be understandable. But hey, well, Mr. Page, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day. You know what I'm saying? To come and talk to 254, man. Hey, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Learned a lot, man. You know, brought up some great memories and everything like that, man. So once again, people, hey, man, it's Mr. Steve Page. He gave you the phone number. Reach out to him if you feel like you qualify for what he's looking for. For those CTX Falcons, he put it out there. Registration, first 20, you're locked in. People after that, kind of hand selected. But man, he's definitely here for the kids. He's definitely here holding it down for the area code. Man, it's been a blessing, man. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Take your coaching and training to the next level. My Athlete 360 invites coaches to create professional profiles that showcase their experience and talents to parents seeking their services and organizations, all in one platform. Start by downloading My Athlete 360 and selecting Coach Trainer at sign up. Enter your email, create a secure password, and you're ready to build your professional profile. It's that simple to begin your digital journey. Next, add your name, a professional headshot, and contact information. This builds trust with parents and athletes searching for coaches. A polished profile is your first step to standing out in the coaching community. Highlight your coaching specializations and certifications. Add your coaching philosophy and experience details. Parents seek qualified coaches for their athletes' development, and your profile is your chance to shine. The app also features a link tree within the profile that coaches can use to put all of their social media and business website in one place. Remember, your expertise is your selling point. By showcasing your skills and experience, you attract the right athletes and parents who value your unique coaching approach. Set up your training packages, pricing, and availability. My Athlete 360 allows parents to book with trainers and coaches directly through the app, simplifying your business operations. This allows you to focus on developing athletes while the platform handles the rest. Your professional coaching profile is now live. Parents with athletes ready to train and develop can discover you, book your training and coaching services, and communicate directly through the platform. My Athlete 360 handles the business side, so you can focus on what you do best, developing great athletes. Download My Athlete 360 today and elevate your coaching business. Youth organizations with multiple coaches are also encouraged to create profiles. Parents are always actively looking for you. Use the link in the bio to get started. Questions about profile features? Drop them in the comments below. Let's revolutionize your coaching journey together.